Life is pretty damn short, and it's way too short to waste decades of a life struggling to stop drinking. We just don't get enough time. It seems to be the older that we get, the faster life goes, and it doesn't exactly start slowing down. And to spend your life fighting against the urge to drink, stopping and starting drinking, it's no way to live. And this fight can feel like a war. So if you're questioning the role that alcohol has in your life, if you're trying to put the pieces together, maybe you've been stopping and starting, maybe you're thinking about making a change, maybe you've already changed, but it feels like this struggle and this effort in this fight. Not only could this video be the final wake-up call for you, but I'm going to show you how to end this war once and for all. It's not going to be easy to listen to this video. I'm going to use some pretty graphic references that are going to be quite hard to consume, but that's the point. I want it to be uncomfortable because I want it to get through to you. I want this video to be the final video you ever watch on this topic.
And very quickly, if you want instant access to a brand new video training that I've just finished showing you how to control alcohol in as little as 48 hours, then click the link in the description. This new method is not about using willpower therapy or AA meetings. It's totally different. I do not publish this video anywhere else online, and it's already changing thousands of lives. So click the link below for instant access. Once you're on the next page, enter your name and email address and your free training will begin. It takes just 7 minutes to watch, but it'll feel like somebody flicks a switch in your brain. And honestly, I'm not sure when I'll start charging for this 7-minute video training. That's how good it is. But whilst it's still available, click the link below, enter your name and email address, and watch that video now.
Now, a very quick introduction. My name is Leon Sylvester. I'm the founder of SoberClear.com, which is a coaching company that helps people stop drinking alcohol. Now, I was in this same war that you may be in right now. I was battling with alcohol for close to 10 years. Now, I use the word war because I think it's a perfectly descriptive word of an alcohol addiction. What is a war? Well, wars are built up by battles, and that's how it felt for me when I was drinking alcohol. Every time I tried to stop drinking, it would feel like a battle. I'd have to resist the urge. I'd have to beg God to help me. There was a period in my life where I went to Alcoholics Anonymous, called myself a powerless alcoholic, gave myself up to a higher power. It was always a fight. And I battled with alcohol pretty much every single day. See, I wasn't the kind of person that just woke up one day and then thought, oh, it would be nice to stop drinking alcohol. No, I'd been struggling and stopping and starting for a very long time. Now, I tell you this so you can understand the picture. I've been in your shoes. But there were 2 things that I actually did in my journey to help me stop drinking. The first is I reframed how I viewed alcohol, which was the most important thing of all. That was the foundation of everything. I changed my paradigm. But then the second thing that I did, and the thing that I encourage people to do, is purely focus on the future. What we don't want to do is sit around and feel sorry for ourselves and go and dig up the past and all the bad things that have happened. What I ended up doing was focusing purely on the future. Now, there is a reason why I'm telling you this, because when I stopped drinking alcohol, I kind of went on a bit of an information diet. And once I'd made the decision to stop drinking alcohol, I really just tried to consume as much positive and inspirational material as I could. I read self-help books, right? I got coaches. I was working with people, and I was really trying to build a vision for my life and improve my skills and really just move in the direction that I wanted to move in. And I really policed the information that I consumed. So I did things like I stopped watching the news, and anything that was negative, let's say I was on social media and I saw some negative post, somebody making a complaint about life, do you know what I would do? Is I would just block them. And listen, that might be an extreme measure. I'm not saying that this is anything to do with your journey of not drinking alcohol, but I went on this extreme information diet and it worked. But I've been very naive to world events. And also, I've been very naive to history. And it's not just world events, it's basically anything negative. I kind of just filled my brain with positive thinking, and it was helpful. However, at the moment, I'm about to get married and we're going to start trying for a baby. So it's very strange. I have this drive and this thing that's just flooded over me. And I'm now compelled to study history. And I feel underinformed. I feel like I don't really have a very good understanding of history. So I don't know what's happened to me. I've just got this desire to study history. And it's been very enjoyable. Now, you'll see where this is going. But when we look at history is dominated by war. Every major shift, every revolution, it all seems to have a war involved in it. And the reason why I've made this video today is because I've started developing an interest in this. Now, I actually have a great-grandfather who served in World War II. He was actually involved in the Normandy landings. On June 6th of 1944, my great-grandfather was landing on those beaches, risking his life for our freedom. And he was a captain in the Durham Light Infantry. Now, he got injured, but he survived. Now, sadly, he never spoke about the atrocities of war, so my family don't know too much about the details of his career in the military. And he passed away before I was born. And just bear with me, we are getting to the point of the video. But I've always known this, but I've never taken an interest in it. I've always been very ignorant. I'm just being honest with you. So I had a conversation with my grandma. She was talking to me about him, and I felt compelled to understand these Normandy landings in a bit more detail. I get on YouTube and I start looking for some videos, some content to consume, and then I came across a video. And it was about this group of young men who were from right in the middle of America. They were from a rural town and they were reserves in the army. And they were one of the first boats to land on D-Day. And of the 30 young men that were sent out that day, 19 of them died. And I watched this video. In fact, I'll try and find a link and I'll put it in the description. I'll have to go do some digging. And after watching the video, I felt close to death. Because it would tell the stories of these men, it would show their pictures and their faces. And the thing is with history is quite often we just get paintings of people, but these were real pictures of real people who served and died on those landings. And they got slaughtered. It was a bloodbath. It was an absolute tragedy. And honestly, after watching it, and if you want to go and watch it, like I said, I'll try and find the link and I'll put a link in the description. But I mourned. And this is what got me thinking about alcohol and our journeys to not drink. I'm 32 years of age. I stopped drinking relatively young. I'm born into a normal family. My parents have quite normal jobs, local government. My mum works for the Salvation Army. And when I watched this video, it hit me. If I was born in a different period, then the chance of me actually being involved in that war was pretty damn high. So many young men died in that fight, died in that war. And whilst this topic can be pretty emotionally draining, right, having to think about people that were slaughtered in a battle, and it can be very hard to process these things, what ended up happening the day after is I felt this immense gratitude. So far in my life, I've been blessed. I'm from England, I have a British passport, and I know that most people who watch this video, you're either in the States, you're in Europe, you're in Australia, you're in Canada, and it's very unlikely that you've been forced to a front line. Here's what I'm building up to. Here's the whole point of this video. In this day and age, unless you study history and you really see what's kind of led up to this period of peace that we're in right now, we really don't know how good we've got it. Listen, we don't live in a perfect system, but if you look back at history, this is the best time to be alive ever. Not for everybody, but for most people who view this channel, that's the case. We have a free market where we can sell products, sell services, we can build careers, we get a large relative amount of freedom. And you could even argue that the average poor person today has a better quality of life than a king would have had 500 years ago. Heck, they didn't even have electricity 250 years ago. That's not that long ago. Yet, here we are today with all this technology, all of these amazing advancements in civilization. And there we are, wasting it by drinking alcohol. It is insanity. See, unlike my great-grandfather, he had no choice. He had to go to those landings. He had to risk his life. But I'm not being forced to have to go and fight a war. And do you seriously want to waste this one chance that you have at life fighting against alcohol? What a waste of a life. And listen, I'm not here to judge, right? I'm not here to belittle you and make you feel bad about your life decisions. I made all the same decisions. But what I did is I played it forward. What would continue if I stayed on the same trajectory that I was on? If I kept drinking, where would my life be in 5 years? Where would it be in 10 years? Would I even be here in 10 years? Would have I suffered the same fate as those young men that were sent on D-Day? It was almost a suicide mission. I don't know the answer for you. I don't know what the answer would have been for me. But it wasn't looking pretty. It was looking pretty damn bad. Wasting your life, putting off the decision to stop drinking alcohol is no way to live. Because it's not even living. It's existing. Alcohol is a poison. It does nothing for you. All it does is hold you back in life. It gives you nothing. And you're going to sit there struggling and fighting. And, well, what are we doing here? It's a drug. And the drug does nothing for you. It's a carcinogen. It will put you in a coffin early. My great-grandfather, these young men, they didn't put their lives on the line for us to have this period of peace for you to just waste it away drinking. Because here's the thing to take away from this video. If you can stop drinking alcohol, if you can change your paradigm, build out a worldview where you see alcohol for what it is, there is a life that exists for you that you're not even aware of. There is a version of you that is healthy, that is fit, that is setting a quality example to their family and to their friends. There's a version of you that's contributing to society, either through a career, through a business, even if you're retired. There is a version of you that is adding immense value to the world that does not drink alcohol. And to waste your life, to be selfish and self-centered and just think about me and my drinking, I'm sorry, but that version of you has got to go. Because you could be healthier, you could be more present for your family, you could be fitter, you could look good, you could feel in control of your life, of your destiny, your body can heal. Things can turn around in a massive, massive way. See, your decision to stop drinking alcohol, it doesn't just affect you, it will affect everybody around you. And not in a negative way. Life is too short to be spent at war with alcohol. If you want to see if working together is a good match, just head over to soberclear.com. You can learn more about the process I take people through, how it all works, and if you want to apply to join the program, click the link down below, fill in an application, and you can book a free consultation, and we can see if the program could be a good match for you. Don't let another day go to waste.